So this is me in my earlier YouTube days, and this is current me, a couple months after making my professional wrestling debut. I thought it'd be cool to talk to you guys about this entire process and just how my life has kind of changed over the past year and a half. Gonna be a little vulnerable here, but hopefully, you know, if there's anybody watching this who's trying to make some changes for themselves, then maybe they can get something out of it. So let's talk about how we got here. So I've been on YouTube technically since 2011 and doing it full time for about 8 years at this point. I started with shitty Call of Duty videos and eventually evolved into wrestling videos, shitty wrestling videos. And things really took off when I created this character in WWE 2K15 that was kind of based off of me, just a little bit bigger and turned all the way up. And his name was Chris Danger. A couple thousand videos and 589 million views later, and here we are. Now, my goal with YouTube since literally day one was to build a really solid core audience, just a good, positive community, which I can say I'm very proud of the fact that we've done. And then take all that and bring it into, you know, the next step of my career, which for me, I've always kept very wide open because of the amount of things that I'm interested in. But I genuinely didn't really ever think that wrestling would end up being one of those things. Mind you, sidebar, this entire time being a full-time YouTuber, that is not a active job by any means. I was doing a lot of sitting on ass, but we'll circle back to that. So about 2.5-ish years ago, December 2021, a new independent wrestling promotion was launched by fellow creators and very, very good friends of mine, CM Pulse, Johnny Blood, and Tony Pizza Guy, collectively known as Deadlock. And DPW really was the crux of everything, kind of the ground zero of this entire change. Really, without it launching, there's a very, very good chance that this direction that my life took just doesn't happen. So you can blame them for all this. They asked if I wanted to be part of it as a manager. I said, hell yeah. And just like that, Chris Danger was making his first ever in real life appearance. Little bastard. But the more time that I spent around wrestling, learning stuff about the business, being around all those hungry wrestlers and talented ass people, like that itch really started to become overwhelming. Probably the best way to put it. But the messed up thing about me is that if I decide that I want to do something, that's pretty much a wrap. My mind was completely made up that I wanted to wrestle. So I hit up my buddy Tyler Breeze, who runs a wrestling school down in Florida with Sean Spears called Flatbacks Wrestling. And I said, I want to do this shit. Like, I want to do this shit for real. And he was like, hell yeah, let's go. And he sounded very calm and happy about it. And then I realized later on, after being there for a little bit, oh, he was happy because he gets to beat the shit out of me and watch me be in pain every single day. So at that point, south of 6 feet, maybe 150 pounds max at the time, in your 30s, not in shape, no real prior wrestling experience, all while still needing to, you know, maintain a living and the channel and brand and whatever. This was the challenge that I put in front of myself. And I knew it was going to be the hardest shit that I have ever done in my life. And I was not wrong. And around this time really is where like the switch flipped for me. You know, I kind of had to look at myself and just say, like, look, we got some changes to make. My goal with this whole thing is to make Chris Danger a household name, a televised household name under the bright lights, whatever you want to call it. So I knew I had to start making changes. And that's what I did. Here's one thing that had to change right away. And I can't believe I'm actually about to show you guys this. So this is the amount of money and the amount of times that I ordered from Uber Eats in just the month of September 2022. So this was like a month before I started actually training at Flatbacks. These are actual screenshots from my PayPal account of the amount of times that I ordered Uber Eats. But I pulled up a random month to kind of show you guys what it used to be like. And this month, I think, came out to between like $1,200 and $1,300 in just Uber Eats orders. And I hate to tell you this, but that's probably on like the lower end of what it was most of the time around that time. I'm not proud of that fact. I had to expeditiously change my eating habits. And it took time to reel that in because of just how shitty those habits really were. You know what I mean? But the goal was to bulk and put on size. You know, the majority of my meals started to be, you know, chicken breast and a carb, you know, like a sweet potato or rice, something like that. Fish for protein, beef for protein. Protein shakes started to become a part of my daily diet, just like everybody trying to put on size. Like these little Fairlife Core Power Jones, 26 grams of protein, tastes like a damn milkshake. Like, I love this shit. But as you can imagine, getting the diet in order was and is the hardest part of this entire thing. And I'm sure anybody out there that has struggled with weight on either side of it, the hardest part is being consistent with what you put in your body. So now we're at the point where training starts. Time to get in shape. Again, as you can imagine, going from mostly inactive, not really in shape at all, to attempting what I genuinely believe is one of the most difficult activities in existence as far as just how hard it is on your body. So I actually decided then to link up with a personal trainer near me because I knew that, you know, I was really fighting an uphill battle and I was going to need all the help I can get. So having someone as knowledgeable and experienced as my trainer Lloyd helping me through this whole process, like, it really helped me push my game to that next level for sure. So our program really has evolved over time. I mean, we started off with pretty much just, you know, hypertrophy, progressive overload style training, push day, pull day, leg day, not really trying to reinvent the wheel, just focusing on building that base. But obviously if you're going to be wrestling, and especially at my size, you can't just lift heavy shit. You know, you still have to have explosive movement, still got to be quick and agile, stuff like that. So like I said, our training varies depending on what's going on around that time, but it has, you know, completely changed my life. And for me, I still have a long way to go before I will be like happy with where my body is at, if that makes sense. But I am trying to get better at looking back and kind of appreciating the progress that I've made so far. Because a lot of times when you're just like locked in like that, you don't stop and be like, look how far I've come. Like, especially that's just not the type of person I am. But it is important to kind of take a step back every now and then and be like, damn, I actually have come a long way. These days I try to stick to 4 days of lifting, 2 days of training in the ring, and then a rest recovery day. That's on like, you know, an ideal week. And it's probably going to stay like that for a while because my goals right now are consistent. I got to get bigger, stronger, faster, better in the ring, and just a little bit better every single day is what I'm trying to do. And that's pretty much how we got from A to B, from doing literally nothing else but YouTube to now being as consistent as I've been with all this other stuff that was completely unexpected to ever really be a part of my life. But the journey so far has been unbelievable. I feel like I am stepping into something that is going to last for the rest of my life. It's going to sound so weird to say, but I feel like once you take that step in wrestling, whether you like it or not, it kind of becomes a part of who you are from that point forward. And no matter where this whole story or situation ends up, I know that I'm not going to be old and decrepit and looking back and being like, damn, I wish I had taken that wrestling class just to see what it was like. Or damn, you know, I wish I had called this dude to start training. So if you got something like that in your life that you're kind of on the fence about, a new venture you're trying to go to, or, you know, a new job, a new whatever it is that you're working towards or wanting to work towards, sometimes you just got to give it a shot. And you can sit there and say, oh, but, you know, I got this working against me, I got that working against me, I got this working against me. And sometimes Sometimes that's how the best stories get made, is when you have those hard times to overcome. Hard times, like I'm like a fucking Dusty or some shit, but like it's true. There are gonna be bumps in the road, and I mean I laid out every single bump that has come my way in this video, and my attitude towards it is, if that's what it takes, then let's do it. There's not a doubt in my mind that I'm going to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And if anybody out there is, like I said, on the fence about doing what you want to do, man, we get one shot, right? So don't end up looking back and wondering, you know, what could have been, what could have happened, what if I had done this? Just get up and do it. Get up and do it. I guess I'm done rambling now. If you guys want me to go into any more detail about any of this stuff, let me know. You know, I could definitely do more videos like this. And just thank you guys for the support, because none of any of this happens without you guys. And I hope you are ready for this next step in our journey, because I got a feeling that shit's about to get pretty crazy. Love you guys. Be good to each other. I'll see you next time. Peace.